Welcome back to our channel. My name is Nadia from Nadia and Rob, and actually Rob is working over there today because he's putting together some, not quite sure how to describe it. We are going to be working on finally putting in lighting in our kitchen. Right now what we have are just two bare bulbs that are as a functional light at nighttime. We don't really use them during the day because they're way too bright, and for shooting in they're just too harsh. It would not look that great. So we've been wanting to do this lighting setup for a while. It's just things got delayed, life happens, and now Rob is finally working on it. He's actually, we are customizing the lighting. So Rob is putting all the conduit pieces in, the cabling. We got a color fabric rope. I don't know, like fabric type ropes in cappuccino color. So it's a light coffee color type cabling. Wow, I'm really terrible at this. But we're going to do about 10 of those with Chinese lanterns to help soften the light even more and still give it a little bit of a design aspect to the kitchen. And we decided to go with the Chinese lanterns because we did look at lights, designer lights that are already in Chinese lantern style, but they're like $250. So we went to Chinatown, got actual Chinese lanterns, put the bulbs in there, and we're going to see what we're going to do and hopefully eventually show it to you guys. So maybe next week the lights will be up, not sure, but it'll be nice having them because that means we'll actually have more light in the kitchen and less of a struggle when it comes to recording videos for you guys here. Now today I'm going to be cooking a dish that I've never heard of, seen of, or even tasted before, and there are many ways of calling it, and there are some iterations. I'm not too familiar about its history, but it seems it's quite popular in parts of Pakistan, which I didn't know. And I came across a variation of this dish twice on YouTube on different channels. Made me very curious. I actually mentioned it to my mother. My mom was like, I've never heard of it. I don't know what it is. The dish has a lot of mint in it, and she's not a big fan of having mint cooked into the chicken, but I'm curious, and I'm that kind of person where if it's a dish that I have not seen before, I want to try making it and tasting it, because you won't know until you try it. So the dish is called in our language Hari chicken or Hara chicken, depending on how you want to, what parts or where you're going to be calling it from. Hara and Hari both mean green. So in English, it's actually green chicken. It's not really a green curry like you would see in Thailand. It doesn't have all the same ingredients. It's actually an even simpler list with more spices in it. It is a herb dish. So green would be what the herbs are, and it's a coriander and mint mixture with green chilies to maintain that green color. And if you're not a fan of coriander, go ahead and try with parsley. I love coriander, and it's a lot more aromatic. But if you do try it with parsley, we'd be curious to know how it tastes. I watched a number of videos to get an idea of what this dish is, and because I'm not sure how it tastes, I kind of gone by what I'm familiar with and what I'm seeing in the videos that they're providing. So I will provide the links to I think 2 or 3 videos that I came across where you can then check out. They, I believe, have captions in English, so you can follow along from their recipes. I'm just cooking it to see and try it out. I went ahead, because you need to actually marinate the chicken, I actually went ahead and this morning made the marinade, and the marinade consists of yogurt and dry spices such as garam masala, turmeric, cumin powder, and black pepper. And one of the recipes, they actually had powdered green cardamom. I actually already have powdered green cardamom, but if you don't, but you have the green cardamom, what you could do is get a grinder and just grind it with the skin on. The skin will dissolve into the dish. You won't have to be too concerned about it. So I've actually went ahead and did that, and there's also some lime juice. Some recipes have lime juice, some don't. When I make tandoori chicken, I actually put lime juice in the marinade, so I went ahead and did with this. Mix it all up, and I've also did my ginger garlic paste with some fried onions. And I made the green paste, which is basically coriander, mint, and green chilies. And you know me, I For those who don't, I always keep a bag of chilies in the freezer of variety types, and I find it lasts a lot longer, and for stuff like this, they're fantastic. So I made a green paste. One of the recipes that I saw, instead of cream, they use raw cashews to give the creamy aspect, and I much prefer that than adding cream near the end, because then for me, and that's more of a personal thing, I find the dish gets a little too heavy. So that's been marinating for about 2 hours now. It should be pretty good. I know one of our subscribers can't have any alliums, no garlic, and no onions, and any other alliums, I'm assuming. So for that person, I read somewhere that asafoetida could be a good substitution for onions and garlic because it has a very similar allium-like flavor. I would suggest a little goes a long way, and I don't know, I haven't cooked with it enough to know how much of a difference it would make, but you could try asafoetida. I always keep ours in a glass jar tightly closed because it does have quite a strong scent to it. I don't know if you can use it during the marination or if you can use it during the cooking process. I'm just not that familiar with it. But if you want to look into it, asafoetida might be an option to use in place of alliums. Since most of the work has already been done, all we need to do is basically cook without adding more stuff to it. I hope this fits in our pan. I've been using this pan a lot, and I love this pan. And I love the size and the shape. It's been great for a number of things, and it's been seasoning slowly over time. And I forgot to mention, we have our garage door open today, and we're gonna keep it open. One, it's less noisy than having the AC on while we're recording. Two, it's nice outside today, so we're getting cool breeze. And three, it helps to ventilate the place while we're cooking. So I hope you don't mind any odd noises you may hear. We can't control it. We live in a city. This city is a noisy place. So it looks like it's done. I saw some oil pooling on top. I don't want to cook it any further because it is getting darker, and I would like to keep the green color. And the chicken is feeling, yeah, the chicken is feeling very tender. Let's do thigh. Actually smells really good. Nice green color. Sauce or gravy, whatever you'd like to call it, came out nice and thick. So it'd be great on rice or with a piece of bread. But, oh, it smells good. Rob, want to have some? I hope the chicken is cooked enough. I cooked it for a good while.
I don't know.
What do you
How
think?
long did it cook for?
40 minutes?
That should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Looks
think?
good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. You be the first to try.
Okie doke. This is a nice break from wiring cords. Oh, that's delicious.
And there's raw cashews in there.
Is that what thickens it?
That, and I believe the yogurt as well.
That's really good.
It isn't, it's not grainy.
No.
Seems tender.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
cooked.
That's delicious. Yeah, it doesn't need to cook any longer. It's really tender, but it's not that sort of mushy, overcooked.
Yes, it's not completely falling off the bone.
Oh, it's delish. Give it a try.
Yeah, thank you.
It's good.
No, it is good.
It's interesting. It's not a flavor we're used to tasting in Indian food.
No.
Where is it from?
Apparently it's quite popular in certain parts of Pakistan, but I'd also imagine that it's also been done in India, since India and Pakistan were once the same country. Oh, wow.
So the flavor is mint, coriander.
Yogurt, lime juice. Spices wise, it was just black pepper, cardamom, garam masala, and turmeric.
Wow,
The heat is just from the green chilies. I didn't add any additional heat and salt.
it's delicious.
Yeah. Most of the work was making the marinade, I'd say. That'd be great with some, I would prefer with a bit of bread.
Yeah,
That'd be great on rice, yeah.
Either way.
Either way.
Well, that's delicious.
Yeah. One of the recipes actually starts to temper a cinnamon stick near the beginning before adding the chicken. Do you think it
No,
would
I
need...
don't think it needs a cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's delicious on its own.
This is something you should really try. It's very good. It seemed very simple to make. A little bit of marinade, a little bit of cooking, and boom.
Yeah. And again, I'll provide the links to the videos where I got the idea from. And if you're not a fan of coriander or cilantro, because some people don't like the soapy taste, try with parsley. Not sure how it would be with parsley, because coriander is extremely aromatic.
Parsley would work.
Parsley would work.
But you know, it's funny, because I do get, I taste the slightly soapy flavor of coriander.
Yeah.
I don't mind that, but I don't taste it here.
I was going to say maybe once you cook it through, you don't get that
Not at all.
flavor. If you're not a coriander fan, I would say lots
Go with
are.
parsley, it
Go with
works.
parsley. Or if you do want to try it, I would say go with coriander, because we're not detecting any
delicious.
soapiness
No,
there.
not at all.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Enjoy.
We'll see you next time.
It's good.
Bye.
Back to chords.
Bye. Yeah, I'd say that turned out really, really good.